No, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Don't know. I don't know. Trying to figure this shit out. Peace and power. Peace and power. I'm trying to figure this shit out. Why does it keep doing that? This shit is bugging. Peace and power. Peace and power. Share this out. I don't know what this shit is doing. I really. Dow, what's good? Peace and power. Peace and power. Salute. 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 This thing got a mind of its own today. I'm telling you. Really is. I don't know what's going on. Bear with me. It's really bugging out. It's bugging out, but we got it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I'm making it do what it do. Really am making it do what it do. Give me a second, y'all. Give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a second. It is really wigging out. For real. Like, yo. I'm serious. Peace and power, peace and power. I'm glad y'all here. I'm glad y'all here. YouTube is bugging out. It really is. Let me try to get this right, yo. This is disgusting. I don't know what it is. Salute, peace and power, peace and power. I thank the universal truth and the absolute laws of nature for guiding me, protecting me, and giving me the strength to endure the imperfect. I shall attack with vigor, making progressive moves. The divine mind knows, the divine mind shows. All things work in divine order. All things work in divine order. All things work in divine order. Salute. As you come on in, know that this is a safe space. Know that this is a space for learning and getting learned up. Know that this is a space for educating and being educated. Know that this is a space for conversation, comments and concerns, dialogue, intelligence. This is a space for knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Your space. This is a space of love, a space of masters, okay? A space of kings, queens, a space of rule and ruler, a space of integrity, a space where we are working on a united path towards true liberation. As my classroom assistants come on in, please keep all contact information in the chat for the duration and throughout the class. Please keep all funding information. Hashtags, green screens. Pals that pay. Okay, grams with money. Unions that are Western. Zakat, charities, all that, donations. Keep all that information in the chat for the duration and throughout the class. Fund this war effort. Yo, daily. The war is going on outside and no man is safe from. I'm telling you. If you or anybody you know is in need of anger management, please book an assessment. Don't wait till it's too late. Don't wait until you are so stressed, so out of your mind that you're ready to crash and do something that is highly unnecessary and could cause you years of grief. Don't wait. Don't wait until you're getting cuffed up somewhere. Don't wait until your people is telling you they don't want no more to do with you. You dig what I'm saying? It's too late. It's too late then. If you or anybody you know is in need of a domestic violence intervention, please book an assessment. Stop acting up, okay? Ironically, all they talking about with the puffsters that this is a domestic violence situation. Yeah, okay. Well, we'll see about that. But if you and your partner is having issues and you can't seem to get it together, book an assessment. If you or anybody you know, okay, is in need of intimate relationship abuse. Counseling and a consultation. Please book an assessment. Learn the warning signs and behaviors that should alarm you. Characters and characteristics that should heighten your awareness. Okay? Conversations with people in places that turn into events. That should put your awareness levels on a high alert. Remember, with this information, the life that you save could be your own. Let's get to it. We don't have time to waste. I don't know. Pardon the introduction and pardon the... I don't know, man. This thing was just jumping on and jumping off. Again, when we're moving in a certain space, when we are gaining some type of momentum, we're going to have these things, man, because I damn sure don't know what just happened. Okay? But I'm glad y'all here. We got a few things to discuss, a few triggering things, you know, that we have to discuss as a class. You can see I'm getting ready to bust these pots and get into chefing up some stuff. But we need to tag Jaguar, right? Tag her. Tired of her playing in your face. I'm ready for her to get indicted. Because this is just stupid at this point. So somebody tag her and her security. Message for them too. Okay, message for them too. Tag them. Okay. Let's tag the BX. Tag the Bronx. Tell them to bring their ass to class. Tag Cincinnati and the new Black Panther Party. Tag them. I got some questions. Yeah, we got questions. Seriously. Tag them. Tag them little Ofays. What was that little Ofay? One of them name was Eugene. Tag him. Tag Eugene and his other little man that in all reality, should have got their head knocked off. Should have. 9 years old, 7 years old, yeah. Tag them little Ofays with their biscuit. Tag them. I want to know, what's really hood with that. For real, for real. Tag them. Okay? And tag yourself, tag your classmates. Listen. Share it. Tell your classmates you here. It's rocking and rolling. I don't know what's going to happen with that other notification. Because this is a different stream. So we'll see. Whoever make it to class. Whoever, they'll get a 55. They'll figure this shit out. Okay, so let's see who made it. People are going to be tight. I know it already, man. And like I said, pardon me, what I'll make an attempt to do is, again, send this specific link to all the emails and all that. And, I can only think that you will catch it in the replay. Okay, so let's see. Daryl Maddox, we see you. You on point. Mr. Mac, 1, 2, 3, 55. Second in class and got a 55. 55, Mr. Mac. Who else is that? WMH Radio Show. What's going on? We know Philly in the building. Uptown Dre, what's going on? Willie Bethel, what up? April Brown, educator extraordinaire. DMV's in the spotty spot. What's good? Yeah, we see you. Merklo, what up? We see you. Andrea Jones, healing up. That's what I'm talking about. She here. What's going on? We see you. Hot Car, what's going on? We see you. Kelton, Hannah, what's going on? Bernie, what up, Bernadette? We see you. Kenny's Unholy Grail, what up? Kim Williams, what's going on? Tiara, the youngin', always in the spotty spot. What's going on? Ortiz Harper, 55. Hold that. D. Haven Irby, General of Marcy, the Commandant. What up, D? We see you. Hood Center highlights. We see you. Who else? The Metal Master. Yeah? Really? That's what we talking about. Keep it coming. No doubt. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Who? Yeah, okay. Grustler, the global hustler. Cuckoo, the bag of bones. In the spotty spot. What's going on? We see you. Uh-huh. What up? Yeah, we see all that. Yeah, what up, money? We see you. CC, what's going on? Philip Boom, what's going on? Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh. Ghoster, what up, hey, Ghoster CB, what's going on? Yeah, yeah. Heart Tunes TV, what up? Yeah. TC, what up? Will, what up? Neef Buck, 55, Neef Buck, 55. Yeah, we see you. Enlightened, what up? What's going on? Carl Muhammad, peace. Okay, we see you, priest. What's going on? Charles, what up? Yeah. Who else is up in here? Gene, LA. KMU, Canada, what's going on? Yeah. What up? Who else is up in here? Woo. Okay, Robert. 55, Robert. Kelton, much appreciation for funding the war effort. Who else is up in here? Oh, yeah. Mecca. Oh, Mecca. What up, Mecca? See, Nehemiah. 55. Yeah. Louis Skaggs, 55. Yeah. Yeah, coming all up in here. Yeah, I see that. Yeah. Y'all in here? Y'all made it? Man, we missing everybody. Everybody. So I'm telling y'all, push it. Let people know we up in the spotty spot. Jeff Sparks, what up? First and foremost, Bronx. Matter of fact, since we had that horrific incident the other day, we just had another clapping in the Bronx. Charles B. Dirty, what's up, ATL? We just had another, again, a woman and an 11-year-old girl caught in gunfire in the Bronx. The woman was hit. The 11-year-old was first reported hit, but now we're finding that she was actually cut by glass in the mix of, the ammo hitting and banging off and ricocheting all the way around. We wish them both a speedy recovery. You dig what I'm saying? What up, Amsterdam? We see you, little Momo. What's good? Okay? So now, the Bronx, to double down on the earlier class. Okay? Top female in virtual battle rap supporting. What's going on, Dankster? Much appreciation. Much appreciation for the super chat. We see you. We can hear some bars too. DM me. I want to see something. Now, there has been an arrest made in the case with a 16-year-old innocent bystander lost her life in the Bronx. Okay? As reported, they was looking for a young person as young as 14 years old, and they have arrested him. Police in the Bronx have arrested the young suspect accused of firing the fatal stray bullet that claimed the life of a 16-year-old girl who had dreams of becoming a nurse and saving the lives of others. Okay? Saving the lives of others. This was her dream. Okay? Sources familiar with the investigation report that the 14-year-old suspect was cuffed on Tuesday by the NYPD Fugitive Task Force. Police officials are expected to release more details in the coming hours. Okay? The arrest came amid an eerily quiet morning in Morrisania, the Bronx neighborhood terrorized by the May 12th unaliving of Evette Selena Jeffrey. And as we spoke of the case yesterday, again, we want to send not only her and the Jeffrey family our deepest condolences, but also the community of Morrisania, who has been plagued with this gun violence for quite some time now. We know the Bronx been on fire. I mean, to the point where people who are supposed the intended targets seem to be escaping, and they are hitting more and more women and children. Women and children. And I don't know what the electeds is doing up there. I don't know what the community activists are doing up there. I don't know what the grassroots programs are doing up there. I don't know what the hip hop community is doing up there. But it's not reflective in the community at all. At all. Nowhere in the Bronx are we seeing any type of safe space at all. Not in the streets, not in the subways, nowhere. Nowhere. Very, very disturbing. But you got a lot of people that claim the BX. You got a lot of people who claim they know the streets. You understand? And we're not seeing it. We're not seeing it. So now the story is, let's continue. School safety officers were sadly and solemnly patrolling up and down the sidewalks outside Bronx Career and College Preparatory High School, where the shooting unfolded at about 5 p.m. Monday. Flowers strapped to the mesh of a nearby playground swayed in the breeze as residents walked with their heads bowed. And now they have a visual out there which is growing, and they just flashed it. She wanted to be a nurse. She wanted to work to help her community, the community she comes from. Okay? Sanchez, which is a family member, revealed that on May 12th, Jeffrey had been celebrating. And again, my beliefs about this, what I'm going to say is y'all know how I feel about it, but let's go ahead. Had been celebrating her 1-year anniversary with her boyfriend. The pair had lunch together before stopping by the school to hang out with friends. 16, already a year in with a boyfriend. Again, not my belief system at all. 20. Now I dare her to say anything to that degree. Don't nobody claim you. You don't claim nobody until y'all can take care of each other. But again, it is what it is. Okay, this is what it is in this particular situation. 1 year in celebrating. Okay? She just made 1 year with her boyfriend, and they were coming back. He took her out to eat to celebrate 1 year together, and they went to that park to visit some other friends, and she was riding around on her scooter while he was talking to a couple of friends. She was completely oblivious as to what was going on. And again, we're not ever in this class in a space where we are ever victim shaming. But however, when I say that there is a certain way we have to restructure and manifest our values, our morals, and how we move in this very dangerous time, we have to start with that. I don't care what gender they are, our children. I don't care what age. Like, I have a 31-year-old. You understand? And I'm on him about how he moves, where he moves. I'm on everybody. I'm on some of my clients when they are here and I'm checking in. And I'm saying, yo, where you at? How you moving? And they grown. Because that's what a leader, an educator does. He checks. We check and make sure things are right and exact, because what we are moving in is not safe. So I don't get that, but it is what it is. According to the police, a fight broke out between a group of teens, and amidst the chaos, a 14-year-old boy opened fire. Police said the bullet passed the intended target and struck Jeffrey in her head. Now, more has been disclosed to the public about what transpired. Cameras around the school actually saw that the young 14-year-old involved in the fight, in the altercation, actually won this fist fight. He was actually victorious, and then somebody else came through and punched him, and then somebody else that was with him passed him the firearm, and he just shot into the crowd indiscriminately. Just, again, no training, not knowing if this weapon is clean or even properly operating, and wow, out of his young 14-year-old self. You understand? This is where we at with it. This is why I question people who say that they're in the Bronx doing work. I question people who say they're in our communities doing work, because it would be reflected in the lifestyle that's surrounding these communities. We would see it. You can't say that something is being done and there's no manifestation of it. Not. So again, we send condolences to the family and to the community, but we got to check people's skirt on that. This just happened last night. They just had another one tonight. And almost every day, I'm going to tell you, almost every day for the past year, I could send y'all screenshots of gun violence in the Bronx. Almost every day. Because it's almost every day in Brooklyn. Almost every day, there's been at least 2 or 3 incidents of people getting hit. Maybe not no bodies consistently on a daily, but people getting hit on a daily for the past year. Citizen app always popping off. Always. Always. And if it's not Brooklyn, it's the Bronx. So I'm trying to figure out what are we doing? Who's doing the work? Who's setting new codes and standards, and who's really in the streets? Because if it's hands off, then it's hands off. And at that point, when police is involved, and before I forget, condolences to the family, right here in Brownsville, with another police involved shooting that took the life of a melanated person when the family called for a domestic violence incident. Another space where police say he charged them with a knife. Okay? Okay? Police, okay? He charged that police with a knife. Took him to Brookdale. He is now out of here. He transitioned. Okay? He now transitioned. So again, and we're going to get into all of that during this class as we bring it all around like we always do. People are not walking the walk that they are talking and playing in your face. And because people are not doing it, we cannot complain about the treatment of others because they're just going to steamroll over us. That's it. Because nobody is saying anything of any substance to improve the quality of our lives. They're not doing it. So as this young person, 14 years old, who's now been arrested, okay, for, little Evette, Evette Selena Jeffrey, for her, passing away at 16 years old with so much promise. We have to continue. We have to move on. But the Bronx, what up, BX? Yo, another woman just got hit. We ain't forget that the grandmother got her head popped off up there. We ain't forget several kids and several young men all year have met their demise on the streets in the Bronx. Broad daylight. No matter the season. Winter, yeah. Spring, summer, and fall. Okay? Keep that in mind. Nothing new, and no one implementing anything new. No one. Nobody y'all supporting on YouTube, man, on any of these social media platforms. They sit right there. They claim that. But they're not doing anything. You don't see them in the streets working. You don't. Okay? You don't. Now, speaking of that, in that same tone, because y'all keep sending it to me, right? Young people with firearms. Now, this little one was 14. And how old was the youngin', not too long ago that was in the news or on the news acting crazy? How old was Shorty? There's so many heinous crimes that come through the city that I'm telling you, me being in this work, I forget a lot of it. A lot of shit come through. But a lot of it. And it gets redundant. So I make sure I'm in class and attempting to not keep hammering you with information like that. But when you are in an oppressed society, the symptoms, these are the symptoms. We discuss it in class on a regular. These are the symptoms. So you can't ignore it when it's not being addressed, when there's no new energy to address it. So it can't be ignored that the poverty, okay, the undereducation, the non-existent employment, okay, the minimal self-entrepreneurship, right, and the maximized, romanticized visions of being included into white society is going to consistently lead to us speaking on issues and events that lead to our demise. We already know they have monetized our demise. So whether you live to be 80, they get their bread. Whether you meet your demise at 8, they get their bread. And anything in between. And until you understand that and learn that we have to move up out of it and away from it and create our own structures and infrastructures up outside of that, this is it. This is going to consistently be the news. This is consistent until people are truly woke and can move through. All right? So now, Shorty's 14. He getting ready to go away. We don't know for how long. Okay? Whoever passed him that banger is going to go away because he's going to tell he's 14. Okay? He's going to tell who gave it to him, where they got it from, and all that. So if the community keeps ignoring it and believing that they're not involved in that, sooner or later it's going to catch you. Somebody through 6 degrees of separation or closer is going down for that act that Shorty did. The grandmother's traumatized, the mother's traumatized, her friends, her little boyfriend who was there is traumatized. Shorty's done off, okay? And whoever passed it to him, and shit, maybe whoever is registered to. So again, you cannot ignore these things. Now, in saying that, we're not the only community that's going through it. Gun violence is all over. The Ofays brought it to us. We don't make these things. Many of us don't know how to make ammunition from scratch. The Ofays do. Many of us don't know how to clean firearms with break free and break them down and be at ranges and all that. The Ofays do. So don't think because they publicize our issues with gun violence, unnecessary gun violence in our hoods, that we the only ones. We seen, because y'all keep sending me the footage of the 2 Ofays, 7 and 9 years old. One of them named Eugene, and what the other dude name is, right? With their little pistol. Okay? It's the same situation. But the results are going to be very different, right? We seen what happened with Tamir Rice. We got a call, boy in the park, playing with what appears to be a weapon. Police got there in less than 4 seconds, knocked his head off. A boy, 12 years old, in the park, right? No question, no nothing. Blew his body apart. Took him out of here, right? Took him out of here. Somebody tell me exactly what city that was in, where Tamir Rice met his demise. Somebody let me know. I'm sure I got one of the smartest classes. I have the smartest classes. I got one of the most intelligent chat rooms on YouTube. Somebody tell me where Tamir Rice got his little young life taken. Cleveland. Right? Yeah. Huh? Right? Yeah. Cleveland ain't too far from Cincinnati. But we're going to get back to that later. Okay? We get back to that. Now, new drone footage shows 2 young boys ages 7 and 9 in a standoff with Albuquerque police armed with a loaded handgun. The situation unfolded in February. However, the video was released just last week. As I keep telling y'all, they stagger information. They have to stagger information because if you get it in real time, your consciousness is activated. This happened in February. Why are you just seeing this now? Okay? Why now? Right? I'm trying to figure it out. Because surely in the Hinton case in Cincinnati, they put out video very quickly. The family saw video quickly, which is why Rodney did what he had to do quickly. You see what happens when information is fed in real time and people can make decisions based on what they see without the media playing games, without the media editing and doing all type of foolishness. Yeah, results happen. Decisions are made, okay, without different coaxing and no. So let's go. This happened in February. 2 little Ofays with a biscuit. According to the Albuquerque media, deputies with the Bernalillo County Sheriff's Office first used a less lethal round to distract the boys. One of the boys then raised the hammer and attempted to fire, but the gun malfunctioned. So these little rugrats, little old face, okay, pulled and pointed the hammer at police after police stated they were police, okay, gave several warnings, okay, had a drone above them. When the drone is above you, it is loud as hell. And he still would not drop the gun, made an attempt to blow at police to the point where police started firing rounds at them. And Shorty still didn't drop that gun. Okay? At no point, right? And you hear the language. I don't want to 40 a kid. Had they been melanated, both of them little boys would have been out of here. No questions asked. There's not an assumption in my voice because we've seen how they handle 5-year-old children, 6-year-old black children, handcuffing them in schools, dragging them out of schools. We've seen how they throw 13-year-olds down on the floor, choking them, pressing them. We've seen them tase teenagers. So it is absolutely no doubt in my mind that if that 7 and 9-year-old with a loaded hammer pointing and trying to squeeze at police, no doubt in my mind that they would have been out of here. Okay? And it should be no doubt in your mind. And I'm not going to ever tell you you are wrong for making that statement. However, you are wrong for wanting it to be different. It's not going to be different until we ourselves move in a different space. Stop comparing us to them. Do you understand? Yeah, white fatigue, that's a thing. Definitely. You should have it. Now, how do you move past it? Because when you got work fatigue, okay, right? When you got work fatigue, you still get up and work, right? You go get that money. You understand? Now let them rock, see, Bliz. Let them rock. Wasn't disrespectful, okay? He got work fatigue, got white fatigue. Or you believe that he's white and trying to say that we're... No. You let them rock for a minute and we're going to see, right? Because if you have white fatigue, if you have a race card fatigue and you're a melanated person, then you have to do something about it. You have to move differently. That only makes sense. Because when you have fatigue of being with your significant other, you kick their ass out, don't you? Don't you, women? If that man keep coming home and he drunk and he ain't giving you that eggplant, y'all get rid of him. Quick, fast, in a hurry. If he don't get your little nasty nails done, y'all get rid of him. Quick, fast, in a hurry. You understand? If you can't talk to him after work and he don't come around and support you when you going with your family and all that, and y'all got spouse fatigue and this nigga fatigue, y'all get rid of him. Why you ain't getting rid of these Ofays yet? Why? Why? So y'all ain't that fatigued and tired with them. Y'all not. Because that's not how the essence of a being works. When you tired of something, you get rid of it. When you tired of being overweight and unhealthy, you get rid of that weight. I don't care if you do it naturally or you go under the knife. Y'all get rid of it, but y'all ain't get rid of these Ofays yet. Y'all ain't do it yet. So you're not that tired of them. You're not that tired of them. When you that tired of them, you're going to hear. Your consciousness is going to figure it out. And you're going to say, nah, I'm going to leave them alone. And I'm going to make sure they leave me alone. That's when you tired. That's when you got white fatigue. Okay? So now, deputies eventually rushed in and disarmed the boys. And no one was injured. But again, this took 6 minutes of coaxing a 9-year. What is in a 9 and a 7-year-old's mind that make them? And Shorty is holding the hammer. He went up, squeezed with it. He still held it. They went around. They tried to make a maneuver and hide and do all this. A 7 and a 9-year-old? Shorty wasn't holding it like he didn't know what he was doing. So, again, this happened in February. Why we didn't hear about it? Why we didn't hear from February to now that the parents was charged? Why? Why? Sheriff John Allen said that if the gun had worked, deputies might have resorted to using deadly force. You out of here. I'm not trying to hear that. 6 minutes. Y'all didn't know if it was working or not. Y'all just know Shorty upped it on y'all and it didn't go off. Okay? The sheriff also said that deputies have responded to the home at least 50 times due to ongoing issues with the boys and their family. So now, you've been to the house at least 50 times. So you know that there's chaos in the home. You know that the structure is off. You know what's going on with this family. So you know there was a potential dangerous event and that y'all was alerted to it and y'all still didn't pop these little boys? You mean to tell me if you've been to a black family home more than 50 times and you get a call that the youngest of them got a hammer and they running around with it, you mean to tell me y'all wouldn't have off them? Tell that to somebody else. Tell that to somebody else. So again, you can see even the little Ofays benefit. They get the benefit of the doubt when it comes to law enforcement and making sure that they remain alive. That doesn't happen for us, and I don't want you to ever believe that it would happen for you. So when people running around talking about black people need to arm up, black people should become more aware of this and that, and yeah, okay, that may be true. But I'm telling you right now, that's only on a minimal scale. That's on a minimal scale, okay? Because the black people don't have the consciousness to know how to move, to know how to organize in military operations. They're going to get smashed out anyway. That's just what it is. They're not coming into a space full of conscious, enraged, and armed black folk titting for tatting. They're not coming like that. They didn't do that in Philly with Move, which today happens to be the anniversary of the bombing of the small portion of the Philly neighborhood. Today is the anniversary of Move. So when you're organized, when you're in thought, when you're self-sustaining, and when you have the potential to fight back, they bomb you. Entire neighborhood. Those who were in the radius and those who were just on the outside. They didn't care. Because remember, if you notice and you know what it was really about, there were melanated folks that was complaining about Move. Black folk wasn't living in an area with a whole bunch of Ofays and it was just them there. Black folk was complaining about Move. Black folk was calling the police and having community political meetings to get rid of the Africans. It wasn't Ofays coming at them. Black people didn't like how they were living and called the authorities on them. So again, there has to be a mentality to match being armed in our presence, in our spaces. If that mentality is not there, what you got it for? You're going to have it and utilize it the same way it's being utilized now, with grandmothers, mothers, young women getting smashed out by gunfire. Because y'all don't have no true target. Y'all don't have no idea, no concept of what's going to happen after. You don't. You don't. You're sitting there, what I call woke dumb. You're woke dumb because you think you know what's going on and believe you got the answer. So you just moving dumb until you get smashed out. Because you have no doctrine to follow. You have no strategy. Because at the end of it, you don't see yourself standing in the space, governing yourselves independent of the Ofays. You don't. So what the hell you armed up for? For what? Because they got you spooked. Now, little Ofays survived up in they Biscuit at police, right? Yeah. Just like Kyle Rittenhouse survived walking after he done both shots and walking in the street with an assault rifle right past police. Ofay magic. You understand? We don't get that. We don't get that. Okay? Which again brings us back to Cincinnati. Okay? It brings us back to Cincinnati. Right? Where allegedly, young man, 18 years old. Yeah. Ryan. Hinton. Running away from police. Got blown out. Okay? Running away. Not upping, not disobeying orders for 6 minutes. Running away gets clapped down consistently. Okay? On some cornbread Earl and me shit. This isn't new. Been going through this since 1901 and before. Running. Okay? What is escaping a plantation? Running. You're not getting far. You're running and your bare feet that's been beat up because you've been working from sun up to sundown in cotton fields, cornfields, okra patches. You running from the plantation. You running from massa. You running where? But they unalive you. This is a consistent practice of the Ofay. You can't run from them. Where are you going? In all reality, where are you going? Within the system, before technology, because there was a system that was in place with slavery. There was a system in place from plantation to plantation, whether it was bell ringing, you understand, whether it was screaming, whether it was alerting, whether it was not having the right documents, whether it was bells around your damn neck. You're not going nowhere. You ain't going, where you going? With nothing to eat, with nothing on your feet, but the practice of unaliving you, like you were some game, right? You're running like you was a moose or some elk, running away. There's a practice, there's a mentality that we got to take this person out of here because they're not going to stop running. So now that we're caught up to modern day technology, where's a young man running to? Where's he going? He's running away from you. What is he doing? So they unalive Ryan right there. Boom. Take him out of here without a question. And his daddy, after watching the video, makes a conscious effort to say, yo, that's it. I'm done. His daddy, not nowhere near my age. So he grew up in a space where nobody was ever allowed to explain or could explain how did these officers get off for Rodney King, to get off for Eleanor Bumpers, to get off for Eric Garner, to get off. Every time. He's in his 30s. He doesn't have the patience that was beat into us. He doesn't have that. So for him, enough is enough. Somebody out of here. Because why? Because there's nobody in the community with a doctrine, with a plan, with a belief system that says no one shall ever touch us, because if they do, this is what's going to happen. So in order for us to live by that doctrine, we must be self-sufficient, self-governing, self-entities. Nothing is there. So in his mind, he got to get busy on his own. And he does what he does. Okay? But in that space, like I told y'all when it happened, the support that we can give is minimal. Because we don't have what other nations or groups have. Whether they're here or overseas somewhere, we don't support each other to the point where we can safely, after somebody puts in that type of work, keep them tucked and safe. We don't have a board where we can come and say, well, listen, his son was unjustly taken out of here. You don't need to speak to him. You speak to us. That ain't there. We don't have a Hamas. We don't have a PLO. Okay? We don't have any of that. We're here hummer stunting and playing games. We're playing games. So when this happens and he's caught, and at any given time, they could just take him up out of here. Okay? What do? As I said, The support should be for us to be educating ourselves with proper literature, practicing what we learn from that literature in our spaces daily, and make sure that our children are not caught up in those situations. You understand? By truly nurturing them and bringing them up with a militant mind state. But we don't have that. You got a bunch of woke, dumb people running around quoting rhetoric and doing dumb shit. So now we get to what y'all sending me and what was shown today, that a rally to support Rodney Hinton Jr. took place, an armed showing of support. Now people think, whoa, we getting ready to get busy. And of course, I don't know them. I don't know how they're structured. I don't know their leadership. But I do know this shit look real wacky and stupid on many accords. As I told y'all, Kizzy spit in the cup. Nobody seen Kizzy. Kizzy turned around, spit in the cup, and did what she had to do. We passed that era. Huey's gone. Bobby selling barbecue sauce. George was assassinated before he could even get out of a yard. Jaguar dog was lined up. The days of us hummer stunting and showing face is over. Get the work in if that's what you believe in. Now let's get to it. Rodney Hinton faces the death penalty for allegedly striking Sheriff Deputy Larry Henderson with his car, unaliving him after viewing body cam footage of his own son, Ryan Hinton, being unalived by a different police officer, who they haven't named yet. You understand? Now, we had these individuals out there with this rally. And as somebody who was educated by many members of BLA, okay, of Republican New Africa, behind the walls, I know enough not to speak that's going to give you a tarnished image of individuals who are doing work at whatever levels they may be at. But I know one thing, you're not going to ever play in my face, and I'm not going to speak on it because I have people who trust me to give them truth. And I know that in 2025, any armed group talking the way they talking in front of other police, that's sus to me. Especially when masses of the community isn't engaged and isn't ready. It's suspect to me. Now, if this brother, if Rodney Hinton Jr. is brought up on charges to the death penalty, if this is what he's facing, he's done off. He's done off. And if these individuals with these hammers that's outside rallying and making this statement aren't going to get him, what's the show for? No, for real. What's the show for? I want to know. Go get him. Because you didn't go get Mumia. He's right there on his last legs. You didn't go get H-Rap Brown. He's still there. You didn't get Matulu. We had to wait until they released him. You didn't get Sundiata. We had to wait. And they were released and met their demise. So all that, how much stunting, talking about you supporting them and y'all gonna do, let me see what was said. Quote unquote, they might want to unalive Rodney for avenging his son. We say no, sir, said Umoja Ajabu, Executive Director of Pan-African Affairs for the Black Panther Movement. You don't do that. And other things, directly. You do that and other things are gonna happen. This is what's said. Then he's screaming, no justice, no peace. This is what he's screaming, this is what the crowd screamed back. They could be unaliving Rodney right now. We just seen how they got busy in New York State, in the corrections department, when we just seen the strike. We just seen them unalive. Nobody did nothing. They unalived 7 people during that short 2-month strike. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. If they do Rodney dirty right now, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? I would love to know. Now, again, that's not me calling them out and wanting them to make statement about what's going to happen. But I'm looking, and it looked real suspect to me that that's where we at in 2025. Because Rodney's out of here at any given moment. At any given moment. Out of here. And there's no structure in place. There's no educating process in place for the people to move at the drop of a dime should they harm Rodney in any way. It's not none. Not none. Because if it was there, because this is where I'm going with it. If it was there, that means you're telling me that those individuals that's at that rally, armed up, that they live in ideal, melanated communities where there's no drug selling, that there's no YNs running around, that there's no liquor, that we have no other people in our spaces in Cincinnati. That means there's no Jewish-ran businesses, there's no Arab businesses, there's no Asian businesses, with all y'all strong, black, masked up, armed up individuals. That y'all live in ideal, liberated communities. That's where I'm going with it. Because that's what you're telling me. That you mean that you're going to go up against law enforcement, the Ofays, and you not living in an ideal community. You mean you got the bankers pulling out? You got bagel micers pulling money out of the community? You got YNs running the community, still running around? I know Cincinnati. I would love to see it. I would love to see it. That's what y'all telling me. That this Pan-African Affairs Executive Director of the Black Panther Movement has not one narcotic being sold in the neighborhood that he resided. That there's not no YNs running around talking about knocking each other head off. That there's not one Asian nail salon or beauty and supply store bleeding that resources out of the community. Not one. That y'all living in an ideal, liberated environment. So now y'all quoting, say his name, Rodney Hinton. Say his name, Rodney Hinton. And we're not going to just say his name. We're going to protect his body. How? The Ofays have him. How are you protecting his body? When I know y'all can't even protect y'all's. Stop playing with this liberation thing. On Monday morning, police and government figures such as Cincinnati Mayor Aftab Karma Singh Purval and Police Chief Teresa A. What is her name? T.G. spoke out in a service memorializing all fallen police officers, but particularly the recent unalivement of Sheriff Deputy Larry Henderson. The mayor and the chief of police are memorializing him and other fallen officers. So I'm hoping that this group is strong enough to make sure that Ryan, that his young legacy is going to be felt by that community now that his dad is gone, now that his dad avenged him. I want to know how y'all protecting him. Not going to do that to me. You're not going to do that to somebody who's super conscious and woke and have been behind them bars. How are you protecting his body? Stop with the theatrics. Because if they unalive him tonight, he's done. He's gone. That's it. That's it. Just like Deputy Larry Henderson. There's nothing that those police can do, okay, about Larry Henderson. If they take Rodney out, it doesn't matter because the political process of what many of us saw already, that's it. You take one of mine, this is what should take place. That event is right there. Rodney done got the work in already. We see what it looked like. Oh, wow. It don't matter who you get. That work is there. That's here. Now educate the people. Show them what to do with that image of Rodney standing tall, staring them down. Use literature, doctrine, discussion, and dialogue to awaken the people so that when y'all come, they don't see people talking and hummer stunting because there were police there. Mobilized, bicycle police. Everybody's watching what y'all doing and saying. And shit look corny. Okay? Now let's continue. We are here to support Rodney Hinton, Ajabu said to the media following the rally. They are trying to say Rodney's crazy. He ain't crazy. Okay, we understand that. He had an awakening and he got tired. Okay? You can get clapped down and the police can get away with it. That may be legal, but it ain't right. We know that. We've been knowing that. Okay? But what are we doing about it? Y'all still have millions of melanated people caught up on reparations and begging. You have millions of melanated people in law enforcement. Millions of melanated people in the armed services. Millions of melanated people ready every Sunday to put on their finest to go up into a church and give up their resources so pastor could put it in a white bank. So Trump could take it over and dabble it and play with Saudi Arabia and get jets and that shit. This is our state. This is the mental state of the people that you're trying to convince with your little pistol that you ready to put in work. Y'all hustling backwards, man. Now, some other cat was there, didn't see his face, masked up, covered up, hat up. I don't know if you're an agent or not. I'm looking from New York. I don't know you. We've been through this same bullshit in Ohio with Grandmaster J and them. Matter of fact, he should be short. Where he at? With this armed resistance thing here. We've been through this before. So this one says, we basically support the Black Panther Party with two missions that I cannot go over right now. During peacetime, we support the security details like today, described a member of the Black Panther Party archery corps armed with a crossbow. On why crossbows, he explained, one, you don't need a license. 2, you don't need to register. And 3, even a brother or a sister with a felony conviction can own a crossbow. You pushing crossbows to our people, and almost every other Ofay is running around with drones in their home. Y'all don't even know how many of them got armed drones in the community, in their communities. This is where we at. This is the bullshit I'm talking about when I'm telling people that they woke dumb. This is the battle that I go through on a daily basis. Brother, why you ain't with this one? Why you not with that one? Why are you over here? Why you not? Because I ain't got time to play. Man, I'm 56. I don't play with this. They're not giving y'all liberation. They're giving y'all theatrics. Now they're having a town hall meeting. Okay? We want to cause an epidemic towards the thinking that was expressed by Rodney Hinton to be our thinking. And we're going to agree with that. But we don't know his thinking. Rodney Hinton thinking wasn't conscious, it wasn't woke, it was trauma-based. We don't need trauma-based soldiers. We don't. We need soldiers that are woke and direct in how they believe that they need to move for specific, not survival. A space of being gratified because we have lived through all of that already. Okay? Umoja Ajabu of the Black Panther movement hosted a town hall Monday night following the rally to support Rodney Hinton Jr., who faces the death penalty for allegedly unaliving a police officer with his car as retaliation for the police unaliving of his son. Most of us think like this, especially in this room. But how many of us have the courage to carry it out? Ajabu asks. Now again, many people may think it. Few people will carry it out. But in the space where Rodney carried it out, what have we gained? What has he gained? What has his family gained? What? what? Because see, in all reality, what did we gain from Micah Johnson? Who definitely was very direct and strategic and got that work in. And when he got that work in, do you recall the news from that event when Micah Johnson put in that work? Do y'all understand that there were many melanated folks in that crowd? And what were they doing? Crying, scared. Because they weren't woke, they weren't conscious, they had no understanding. Micah Johnson put in sincere work, focused energy, and nothing came about. Nothing. Because prior to that, there was no education. Prior to that, there was no doctrine. There was no way of being. So it failed. It failed politically, it failed spiritually, and it failed at a military space. Because the unalived ate. The 80 unalived, they don't even praise them. The Ofays kept that quiet because they knew what it had the possibility to do. So you can think like Rodney all you want. And you'll just be a lone wolf. And our children will not know nothing at all. We've been through that. We've been doing that with Nat Turner. This is not new. Bookman, this ain't new. Toussaint, it's not new. It ain't new. The thoughts, the energy is not new. What needs to be new is the consciousness around it. Consistent militancy and structures. Shit ain't new. People dream about this shit in they sleep. But if you're not in the right psyche, it's empty. And y'all performing on the news in front of the steps, that shit not gonna do it. The babies wasn't there. They don't understand that. Let me continue. He says, when we start seeing each other as brother and sister, then it's your child, it's mine too. Rodney has shown us, and we're going to support him. Now they're talking about unaliving him. Yeah, and if they do it, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? Do you know right now I can take you rush hour after work in Midtown Manhattan and ask 40 people, do they know who Rodney Hinton Jr. is? They don't even know. People still haven't heard of it at all. But they heard about Cassie and Diddy. Yeah, they heard about that. They don't know nothing about Rodney. Right now, nothing. Just like they don't know about Micah Johnson. Right now. Right now. That's what you're living in when you're speaking on melanated people, when you're speaking on political struggle. But yet I sit here unsupported. I do you one better. I can go to that same rush hour, that same after work, right in Midtown Manhattan or downtown Brooklyn. And God damn it, don't nobody know who I am. That's how deep it is. So before y'all can start talking about supporting and arming and doing what need to be done and Black Panther movements and all that, I better recognize how far back y'all are. How way deep in the hole we are. People not woke and conscious. People ain't thinking about no type of armed resistance or struggle. They're caring about if Diddy is blowing somebody's grippers out. So I'm looking at this and I'm like, man, who the hell are they? What's going on? What's this performance? Because it's a performance to me. It's a performance. If y'all was about that action, for real, we wouldn't have to watch, okay? Our imam, son on Instagram asking for support. Okay? For H-Rap to just get out and just to breathe. We wouldn't have to be doing that if y'all was about that action. If y'all was about that action, we wouldn't have to be begging for Mumia to be released. The ones that was really about that action got Asada up out of here. You understand that there are people who know the difference? Now, I've been on a minute, y'all, and I gotta move because as it's getting late, it's 7 and change. I'm still struggling, getting the remnants of this cold away. And like I said, I go hard. Like I said, nobody don't know who I am. And with minimal support, it's going to do what it's going to do. It's going to be what it's going to be. But I'm here for my core. Because y'all know how we give it up. But we're going to get into this troll. Because Jaguar is trolling y'all. And again, I only speak from a point where we can educate and be educated. I want to keep y'all focused. This current event, this shit is bullshit. This trial is stupid. It don't make any sense. Okay? Because it's just like Trayvon Martin and George Zimmerman. They didn't charge him for the crimes that they bringing through to the table. It don't make sense. So y'all could get caught up in the theatrics and go to other channels and call and have y'all opinions on, because that shit is stupid. Whether he beat it or not, that shit not going to change your life, not one iota. Whether he pee-peed or somebody else pee-peed in his child mouth, that shit don't have no bearing on how you going to move through your day. Unless you waiting to get pee-peed on. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Being conscious and woke has nothing to do with your sexual appetite. Two different things. But you got to know when there's somebody playing in your face, when there is somebody distracting you who may be an agent, and listen to key things that's coming out when they telling you that this child is on the stand testifying and saying she was in Trump Tower with this man and he knows Trump. There's reasons for them saying that shit. Okay? This man was an earner. They didn't take his money. Trump is in office. Trump be pardoning people. They got to peep this. This is a game. This is a game. So this chick who not only said, this Jaguar chick who not only claimed that the Puffster got the Batman Forever, that his blood is tainted, okay, and a whole bunch of other stuff, she pops out, right? But you don't see the rest of them that was popping out, talking that talk. You ain't seen Big Man. You ain't seen none of the other dudes that was rocking with him, making music with him. You ain't seen none of them pop out to look and see or make statement or nothing. But she brought her ass through. Now, while this girl is on the stand saying that her and the Puffster was in Trump Hotel, Jaguar, right after getting an award from the Republicans in Trump, pops out to talk reckless. I didn't like it. I don't like y'all sending it to me. And I damn sure don't like how she popped out, okay, with security. And I'm going to question black men again. I Question y'all black men in the Bronx is not doing nothing. Question Cincinnati. Because if y'all that strong, it shouldn't be no bullshit in y'all hoods. Now I gotta question her security. Big old brolic, mean face looking dude. Y'all securing her? From who? And for what? Because this is a troll thing happening right there. Who? Who y'all protecting her from? Ain't from no Ofays, I tell you that right now. Because they wanted her to should have been out of here. But this is the game. This is Hollywood. This is a show. Protection. And then I'm trying to figure out, big man in them, y'all from New York? Are y'all from New York? Is that somebody's child? Is that somebody's daddy or brother? Y'all from the boroughs? Because I never seen them. They don't look familiar. How much he paying y'all for that? Because really, if somebody want to be at her, and I'm telling you from experience, big man get it first. So all that shit you performing and doing all that for her, what is she giving you? 3 grand, 5 grand? Your family is allowing you to go through. Your kids can understand that daddy got popped for protecting Miss Benita Petrell? Because you getting it. I don't get this thing here where these big dudes think that somebody playing with them. Somebody want her. Ain't nobody coming to tussle. You get it because they know she can't run. The target is weak. Anybody's coming to get them, they can't run. They can't fight. They can't do shit. You, big man. The 3 of y'all. Y'all getting popped for that? For some industry shit? For a couple of grand? Y'all securing her. She's instrumental in the black struggle. She's a liberator. She's somebody that we need for leadership. You putting your life on the line? That's what security means. Somebody that important that their life must be protected at all costs. And if y'all that strong, if you that brawler, you that mean, again, I'm going to ask the question that if you that thorough and official that somebody's hiring you for security, that your community must be on point. That you don't have no YNs in your community acting up. That you don't have nobody from no other nationalities selling fentanyl and all type of weirdness in the hood to our children. That there's no pastors in your community taking the collection plate and investing it while they playing grab ass with somebody else. You big man, you that strong, you that big that you in your spare time can protect her because your community's right and exact. You're not using that same fear to make sure that we as black people, wherever you may live, is safe. That ain't no 14-year-olds in your community got a biscuit and unalive 16-year-olds. That's what you telling me when you securing some industry rap. That's what we're saying here. I need black men to get a picture of what's going on. That you're standing tough. So that means you ready to stand tough in the streets. And not say, oh, you can't tell them young niggas nothing, man. Nah, you can't tell them young dudes gonna do what they want to do. But you standing for that for a bag. But you don't see the jewelry, the diamonds that our little young black men and women are. You don't see that that they're not worth protecting and securing? Because that's the rules, baby. East New York, Brooklyn, that's the rules. Big man get it first. We ain't worried about the big man get it first. Son, where you get, son, hit him in the belly, and I got him in the knee. Get him, she can't move nowhere. She gonna be stuck. They gone. That's how real live dudes give it up if they want somebody. You willing to risk that? This shit is stupid. But y'all feeding into it every night. Y'all watching. This shit is a game. It's a game. And she claims she's there. You know, I'm coming through. Because I've been talking about this. I'm here for the victims. You there for clout to play. Because you sat here and allowed it. You participated. Not doing nothing for the community. Who's the new Diddy? Since you so valuable that you need to be protected. Tell us who's the new, because it's going on right now. Right now, somebody getting baby oil. Right now, thinking that they're going to get a record deal. She can't tell you that, then she's worthless. Who's the new one? Where's the new puff stuff? What are the new tactics that you, because this shit ain't new. They was going in real Little Richard back. Okay? They was going in Sly Stone back. Mark, this ain't new. So she ain't telling y'all nothing. Tell us who you did. Who you came through the tunnels with. Who you. You can't tell us that? And tell us who's doing it now. So she worthless, but they played a game on y'all all this time. And they still playing in your face. Now y'all know she getting sued, right? Not only did Jay get rid of that, Brian McKnight. Let's go. R&B singer Brian McKnight has filed a lawsuit against Jaguar, right? Alleging defamation due to comments he made regarding him and his ex-wife, Julie McKnight. According to a report from Phoenix, the lawsuit stems from Wright's claims on social media where she accused McKnight of verbal and domestic abuse towards his ex-wife, as well as alleging that he engaged in violent behavior with workers. Wright also claimed to be a cousin of his ex-wife. Yeah. What happened? That's where we at. White, however, has a notable history of making unsubstantiated claims against various figures in the music industry, which cast doubt on her allegations, which means what? Yeah, she needs security because somebody gonna wake her for that garbage. But big man, you there taking that. You gonna stand there for your little 4 or 5 grand. That makes sense. This is why there's no black men in the communities. This is exactly why these little dudes is running around aimless with no direction. Because people don't see value in them. They have no expectations for them to grow and blossom and to be engineers and scientists and leaders. There's no expectation. They don't look at them and see love. They don't look at them and have the ability to say that this little one gonna have knowledge of self. They don't see that. They rather go behind Porky here, who just got an award. So you mean to tell me them dudes must be Republican? Because she just got an award from them. Or they agents. Big man is a police. He's something. Make it make sense. So my power and energy is in the community. My power and energy is in the hood. If I'm up on something and I'm giving them that energy, in essence, shorty, I love you. You got to stop. Whatever's going on up in here is wrong. We got to get that right and exact. Picture me standing for that. Or any of this industry shit after y'all been so much exposed to it over the last 3-4 years. This is what it is. The severity of these accusations is not lost on those familiar with Wright's past actions, such as her controversial interview on Piers Morgan Uncensored, where she made unproven allegations against Beyonce and Jay-Z. I have 3 victims right now who are willing to give testimonies about not only what Mr. Carter has done to them, but his wife as well. That's what she said. This resulted in Piers Morgan issuing an on-air apology after receiving a legal notice from the couple's lawyers stating that the claims had no factual basis and were categorically false. But y'all standing with this. This is where we at. That's why I'm not watching that shit on a regular all day. I don't have time to play with my people. I don't have time to play with liberation. And you got men, able-bodied soldiers wasting time and energy, looking crazy. They think that truly committed and woke people not watching. People watching. Y'all on TV. Y'all on social media going viral. You think Burkina Faso not watching? You think Arab nations not watching? That's all they do. Is consume us. And they say, these black men are standing with this? What is going on here? This is what's going on? They have time to do this? What is going on in the community, into the streets? How can they do that when this is going on? You standing with that? And you got Asians beating up your women in nail salons? In beauty hair supply spots? Y'all don't own shit? And y'all standing with that, protecting, securing industry garbage? Y'all having rallies and performing in front of millions of people talking about what y'all gonna do? If somebody that's already incarcerated get harmed, they're not gonna do shit. What is Tory Lane's father gonna do to any of them individuals that's in there that banged his son out? He can't do nothing. All he can do is hope that his son heal up. And then what? Ask the prison to protect him. They'll protect him. That's how far off we are as men. Stop playing with this shit and get right. And on that note, I gotta go. Even though you two played a lot of games tonight and we missed a lot of people in class, I hope y'all was able to digest that. You understand? Make sure you get back to class with all 10 fingers and 10 toes. To those who supported and funded the war effort, much appreciation. To those who don't, we already know. Like I said, I know what it is. People want to watch and steal and play and can't steal this. I only give y'all 1/3 of what I know on social media. My paperwork is always good. Ain't no rats here. You understand? Shout out to Ty, Tyson, Ja, out there in Strong Island. Paperwork is always good. Always. Solid soldiers. You dig what I'm saying? To my classroom assistants, much appreciation for coming through and holding it down. Even though the notification got jammed up and went kind of wacky. I don't know what it's doing, but y'all here. Y'all know what time it is. You dig? See Blades, as always. Okay? Again, if you need your sessions and you up under here, get your sessions in. Okay? Get them in. They're very important. All right? You dig? Remember, don't believe in me. Believe in my belief in you. All my truckers, make sure y'all get to where y'all getting to. Get your load, get it back, do your destination, all that. If you're tired, don't drive with cat shit in your eye. Pull over to the side. And no rest stop. Dots. All right? Get safe. Y'all women, eyes up and alert when y'all moving back and forth. Your mission is always to make it home. That's your job. That's everybody's job. Nobody gets up with a plan of going out and getting some bullshit. You say, I'm going to work, or I'm going to school, or I'm going to drop the kids. That's it. You're not face fighting. You're not road raging. You're not getting into it with no weirdos. People act weird and they showing you who they are. Respect it and move. Move. Your job is to make it home. All 10 fingers and 10 toes at all times. Remain militant. Remain militant. Wayne Van, much appreciation for funding the war effort. Remain militant. Remain militant, and we'll be back. All right? I don't even, this is weird. For real, I don't even see where we ending it. What is going on? It look real weird. Something happened here. I don't know. We'll fix it. We'll fix it. You dig? 55 gang. Get y'all grades up. You dig? Get them up. Damn it, don't play. Where we at? What's going on with this thing here? Yeah, this is awkward, y'all. I don't even see the ending space. For real, for real. This is bogged out. Oh, I got it.